Now let's talk about social media. As a blogger, you should be using social media to not only drive traffic to your site, but to grow your brand and build relationships with your audience as well. Which is a great segue into our first talking point. Social media should be social. Lots of new bloggers and even big brands make the mistake of using social media solely as a distribution channel. And then they wonder why it's not driving the results they want. There's nothing wrong with sharing your blog posts. Don't get me wrong, you should definitely be doing that. But there's so much more to it than shouting links out into the void all day. The single most important thing you can do on any social media platform is engage in meaningful conversations with people in your target market. So for example, on Twitter, I spend a lot of time searching for relevant subject matter and jumping into public conversations where I feel I have something to add. Now that doesn't mean spamming. Okay, I don't want to give you the wrong idea here. You don't jump in and say, "Hey, check out my blog post. Hey, check this out. Hey, check that out." No, you just jump in and add something of value. Say, "Oh yeah, I agree with this. I think this." Just add some kind of value to the conversation like you were talking to a friend. The second most important thing is creating native content tailored to each platform. There's a reason we don't just have one social network. Each platform has its own unique nuances that you have to learn and respect. People want to see different stuff on Facebook than they want to see on Twitter or Pinterest or Snapchat. The key is mastering what people want from each platform and giving it to them in the right place at the right time. Now, that does require you to create some micro content specifically for each social media platform, but I promise in the long run, it'll be well worth your time. So which platforms should you be using? You don't have to be everywhere. You just have to be where your audience is. Everyone should be on Facebook because everyone's audience is on Facebook. Most people should be on Twitter and Instagram, but your mileage may vary with other platforms. Snapchat is great for the younger crowd, Pinterest skews largely towards women, and LinkedIn is good for professional audiences, just to give you a couple examples. The main thing is to figure out where your target market hangs out and be there. Social media traffic is a big factor in a blog's growth these days, so it's important to make it as easy as possible for readers to share your content with share buttons. There are a lot of plugins you can use to add share buttons to your site. Ultimate Social is my personal favorite. You can get it from codecanyon.net for like $15, but there are also plenty of free plugins out there that do essentially the same thing. Just get one of them and make sure you have share buttons for the 3 to 5 social media platforms that your readers use most. It's also a good idea to optimize your site so it looks good when people share it by getting set up with Facebook's Open Graph and Twitter cards. These help ensure the right images, headlines, and descriptions show up when people share your posts on Facebook or Twitter. And luckily, you can get both of them working with your site using the Yoast SEO plugin we talked about in the last lecture. Just go to the social page under SEO in your WordPress dashboard and follow the instructions. Jetpack by WordPress.com also offers similar functionality. One of the big questions in the social media marketing world is to automate or not to automate. Here's my perspective on automation. It can be super helpful if used correctly. It's okay to use services like Buffer or Edgar to schedule posts and things like that, but never try to automate engagement. Replies, comments, direct messages, these are all things you'll be much better off doing manually. Trust me on this, you never want to be perceived as a spam bot.